Hello YouTube and welcome to another Techsloth video. I'm here with the Dell XPS 13 laptop and no, it's not mine. I unboxed this one 3 weeks ago for a friend. He wanted a new laptop which should be light, at least 13 inch, and got above 10 hours of battery life. And until now he is really satisfied with the device. And now over a long weekend of 3 days he's gone, but he did not take his Dell laptop with him. So I grabbed it, I tested it now for 3 days straight, and not just the Dell but also the Microsoft Bluetooth desktop wireless and mouse keyboard combination. But this video is all about the Dell. And so what is my first impression of the device? I really like it. I normally use MacBooks from Apple, but if I want to switch over to the Windows world again and I would need something which is not for hard usage, no Photoshop, no video editing, no gaming, but for as a daily driver for your emails, for your office, for your internet, for your surfing, for your Netflix, for your YouTube and all the standard stuff, I definitely would go with the Dell. First of all, look around. The form of the Dell there's a resembling to the Apple MacBook Air. I got here my MacBook Air, and as you can see, both devices, the form on both devices look really similar. One side small, one side a little bit bigger. But I have to say the Apple build quality is out of this world in comparison. The solid piece of aluminium is something totally differently, but one advantage of the Dell, both devices are 13.3 inch devices. This Dell is really smaller than the MacBook because the Dell has a really small frame around its display. So first of all, let's go in your hand. It's 1.3 kilograms. It's really light. It's a lot of plastic. We got no glowing Dell logo, which is the one thing I would change by the design. Not the weight, not the form, not the material. Everything is fine. But the glowing Dell logo, this would be something. On the left side, we got our power plug here, and a big applause to Dell because they designed the power device really small, and we got a long cable of at least 2.5 meters, and this is something that you really want with a portable laptop as the Dell XPS 13. Next to the power port we got our mini display port, which works like a charm. We got our USB 3.0 port, we got a combined microphone headset port, and we got this battery indicator. 5 LEDs that will show you without turning the device on how much battery is left. We got one speaker on the left side and nothing on the front. The other speaker on the right side. We got a full SD card slot, not micro SD, a full SD card slot. We got a second USB 3.0 port, and we got our Kensington key lock, and nothing on the back. On the downside we got our fans. We got a little service clap here, service dock underneath here. We got these rubbery feet, or it's not a feet, it's this rubbery bar on both sides. And that's it. This is the Dell from the outside. Nice weight, nice design, nice feeling. Altogether, I'm really satisfied on the outside. Yes, I could build it better. For a price of at least 1,000 euros, maybe they should go more like the aluminium, full body aluminium devices like Apple, but still it's okay. It's a really nice looking laptop. So after this, let's check out the display. And I really like the display. It's not a glossy display. We got a matte display, and which is bright enough. You can the full brightness. I had no problems. Yes, you got some reflections, but they are not that shiny as like on a glossy display, like on a MacBook, or for example. You can use this outside. Of course, in direct sunlight you still got problems, but you can definitely use this device in the garden, outside on the balcony without problems. Yes, it's getting a little bit harder to read, but overall really nice display. You got two options with Dell. You got a standard full HD resolution non-touchscreen display, which comes cheaper, or for around 500 euros more you got a touchscreen display with even higher resolution, which is having some problems. All the problems you're reading about the Dell XPS 13 devices and display problems, they all complain about the touchscreen. The touchscreen is not working, or the resolution is not really working, the colors are not correct, the brightness is not correct. On the non-touchscreen version, you got none of these problems, and I can confirm this one. This device, definitely nice screen. From the screen, let's go from video to audio. Let's check out the speakers, which are also really awesome speakers for a laptop this size. Hello YouTube, and welcome to another Techsloth video. I'm here at the IFA 2015 in Berlin, and I got the brand new Motorola Moto 360 second generation smartwatch here. And what a nice package here. It's the official version already. Moto 360 features, messages, notification and weather at glance. Of course, we got Android Wear on it. Stay fit by tracking your steps, calories and heart rate. Get your favorite app on play quick. So this for a first impression. The speakers are great. They are loud, they got a little tiny bit of bass, and the volume is great for a laptop of this size. But they got two problems. One is a standard problem. Once you go above 80%, they don't sound good anymore. You get some interferences, you get this sounds. So the highest you should go is 80%. It does not matter if you're watching Netflix, YouTube, a radio, if you're listening to music or an audiobook or anything. 80% after the above 80%, not so good anymore. And the second problem is starting by 62%, you're starting to feel vibrations from the speakers on both sides. Around 60 to 70% you only feel it here without any problem, but starting around 70% you feel it around this area, and once you go to 100% you feel it here, and of course similar on the other side around this area. So if you want to type on the device, or if you want to rest your hands on the device while listening to or while using the speakers, don't go higher than 60%. And those 60% are definitely loud enough for whatever you want to do, hearing to music, audiobooks, watching a movie or anything. Once you stop typing and you go lean back, and you're just watching a movie, then you can turn up the volume. Or you start to want to listen to radio, Spotify, of course, then you can go to up to 80%. But don't go above 60% if you want to type. This is the same problem like Apple has on the Apple iPad Air 2s, where the vibration of the speaker are just annoying if you're holding the device. And here's the same thing if you're typing or if you're resting your hands on the device. Don't go higher than 60. So this is the only downside, but otherwise I really dig those speakers. So we were feeling. Let's talk about the keyboard. We got this chiclet keyboard here, which really works nice. I like chiclet keyboards. I like typing on them. I like the sound. I like the material. The whole thing is just awesome for typing. My friend didn't want to get a Lenovo ThinkPad, so this was out of the comparison. So we had to choose between the DELL XPS 13, a Lenovo Pro 3 with a not horrible keyboard, but with a keyboard that is not really for long typing sessions on it. And the third device was the Asus UX305, which I would assume out of those three devices got the second best keyboard, but still the Dell keyboard is another league, definitely. We got a backlight keyboard here, which got two steps: full brightness, a little bit lower brightness, and no backlighting at all. I would prefer a third opinion with really just a tiny bit of backlighting, because even the lower setting is too bright in a totally dark room for my taste. Let's talk about the trackpad. The trackpad is nice, but if you're used to Apple trackpads, you see there's still a difference. Yes, you can click left or right, which feels nice, which always works. Yes, you can move the mouse around the device or around the screen, which works great. Yes, you can tap and hold and select stuff, which also works great. But the one thing that is not that great is two-finger scrolling. Yes, you can scroll the screen, but there are always lags, or it's jumpy, or it's not scrolling at all, and after this is screening, it's scrolling in double time. So scrolling works, yes, but for a device that costs at least 1,000 euros, it could be definitely better. Even though you can get this device up to, I guess, 2,300 euros with the same trackpad, and paying that much money for this trackpad, I definitely would assume that you'd got better multi-touch features. But overall, yes, you can scroll, but scrolling could be better. Maybe it's still a Windows 10 and driver problem. Maybe there will be a patch, maybe there will be an update for the trackpad which brings smoother scrolling. This would be nice. So what about performance? We got the basic model. We got an Intel i5, no Skylake yet. Skylake will be updated, I don't know, this year or maybe beginning of next year. So we got the standard Intel i5, we got 8 GB of RAM, we got a 265 GB SSD, which is fast, which is enough for your daily usage, surfing the web, browsing, doing Office, Outlook, watching Netflix, watching HD content on YouTube and all the stuff. No problems at all. This works, this is great, this is a nice daily driver. Yes, you can do harder tasks. You can do Photoshop, or you can do Adobe Premiere Elements, not the hardcore stuff, not in the basic setting. Yes, you can try it, but it's not that smooth. Therefore, you have to get higher versions of the DELL XPS 13. But there's one downside to doing heavy lifting on the device, and this is the fan. The fan really kicks in the moment there's some load of flash, or if you start gaming, or if you start heavy working, then the fans will kick in immediately, and they're not kicking in smoothly like a curve. They're just beginning and getting louder and louder and louder. No, when they kick in, they kick in. They are there. You will notice them, and then they get even higher and higher and more annoying and more annoying. So this is definitely not a device if you want to do some heavy work for it, or if you want to do heavy work then and you don't like fans, this DELL XPS is definitely not the device for you, because the fans kick in too soon and for my taste too loud. So this is it. So definitely not a working horse. Yes, it's a working horse for your normal stuff, for your office stuff and all the standard stuff, yes, but not for your flash stuff, or for your gaming stuff, or for editing stuff or so. I hope you know what I mean. What about heat? No problems. Yes, the device will get warm. Maybe it will even get warmer than hand warm. But in my opinion, when the device gets warm, it's not the warm feeling on your hands, or under your fingers that will annoy you, but the fans that is definitely will be annoying you. So what else do we got here? Battery life. Battery life is great. It always depends on what you're doing. Are you just reading PDFs? Are you just checking emails, or just surfing the web? Or are you doing some watching videos? And the second thing is, how bright is the display set? I would assume to 40 to, it depends, two scenarios. If you are down on the display brightness to around 40%, maybe up to 50%, and you are doing only reading or light stuff, light browsing, no videos or little video, so the normal stuff, but with under 40 or with under 50% of brightness, you get, without any problems, Wi-Fi activated and all the standard stuff activated, around 10 to 11 hours, which is awesome, which is great for a device. This is the reason that you want this device, because it's light, it got 13-inch, and it got a long battery life. On the other side, if you are doing what you're doing on full brightness, and then you are watching videos, streaming music all at the same time, maybe a little bit of gaming, maybe Minecraft, maybe Dota and all the stuff, then you get around or even under 7 hours of battery life. which is still great, which can still be great without any question. But I would say under normal usage, brightness up, brightness down, some videos, some less videos, doing the normal stuff, you get around 8 to 9 hours out of battery usage under normal daily conditions. And this is still great for my opinion. So this is battery life. What else? I don't like the webcam. The webcam quality is okay, but the webcam is down here. So doing Skype is still okay, but it is annoying to watch down into the webcam here in the corner, down here in the corner. That's not up. On the other side, because the webcam is down here, one other thing can be great, and this is the frame. Just look at this slim frame. Dell is calling this display frameless, but there's still a frame, but it's so thin, it's so tiny. This makes the whole device so small, and this device is small. This is the smallest 13.3 device I've ever experienced, and it's just great. If you can see what is possible today, you still got a stable screen, but with close to no borders around the screen. This looks great. Yeah, this is it. The whole device makes a great impression. I dig the basic version, which I would recommend. Going bigger, going with the touchscreen. I would not recommend the touchscreen, maybe not even the higher resolution. I mean, full HD resolution on 13.3 inch device is definitely enough. And on the other side, you can't open the device fully flat or even turn it around like on the Lenovo Yoga Pro 3. Then you would maybe need or would maybe use the touchscreen more often, but only for swiping here a little bit or typing a link, tipping a link or touching a link. You don't need a touchscreen, and because of all the problems that are at the moment around the Dell XPS devices with the touchscreen, I would not recommend getting a touchscreen in Dell XPS. And on the other side, because of the fan problems, or not problems, but because of the build size and the fans, the basic model is enough. It's a workhorse for the normal stuff, for the office stuff, for a little bit video, or not a little bit video, but for watching video, not for editing video. If you think this way, the basic version is totally enough for you, and putting it more in, more RAM, a better CPU. Then you want to go into the editing. You want to make hardcore stuff, or not hardcore stuff, but you want to create more than just words. Then I would assume first check the device out, get the fan turned on, which is really easy. Hear the fan, hear the noise, and then decide, do you want to hear this while you are editing, while you are hard working? In my opinion, you don't want it for hard working, get another laptop. But if you want a mobile device, 13.3 inch, with a great keyboard, with a slow, lightweight, with a long battery life, the Dell XPS is a great machine. And one last thing, yes, the device is now used for 3 weeks straight, not only on the go, but also at home in combination with this Microsoft Design Studio keyboard, a mouse combination with Bluetooth, which works totally great. Bluetooth connects like when you know the Apple, the Apple devices, the Apple keyboards, the Apple mouse and MacBooks, and how they all work together with Bluetooth. Once you go near the device, once you come home, they just connect, it just works. It's the same thing on the Dell with some Microsoft things. And I only come home, or my friend comes home, puts in the power plug, puts in his just the standard mini display port plug, which is the standard cable for around a few couple of euros, which you get mini display to HDMI or DVI and all the stuff. You just plug it in. You can use the device on your external monitor without any problems. You can even use the speakers on the device. You don't have to connect it. Yes, you can connect it to additional speakers here like I do, but you definitely don't have to do. I'm really satisfied with the Dell as a normal light working device with long battery, great keyboard, and I already told you. This is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you all in the next video. Bye!